Okay, the whole story started when the King Philip of Macedonia had a son called Alexander. Alexander was taught by Aristotle, and he was a pretty smart kid. He developed to be the leader of the most powerful army of the ancient times, the Greek army. So he became a conqueror. He conquered all the countries all the way up into the Indus River, which included what is now Israel and Iraq and Iran. And he had an idea there, and he told the soldiers, marry the people you conquer, and we don't care what religion they practice, as long as they pay their taxes. As long as they pay their taxes, that's all we're interested in. So the first king was called Antiochus I. He says that's a good idea. Antiochus II was a good idea. Antiochus III was called nuts. It's called Epiphanius. He got a crazy idea. Why should they have their own religion? Let them worship our gods. Our gods look like human beings. So he knocked down all these. So he went into the temple, kicked them out, and put their gods in there and sacrificed the pigs. And that started the first guerrilla war in the history of the world. It's unknown to ever have a guerrilla war before that, and against the most powerful army in the world. And so what they did is they attacked little groups at a time and killed them. And there's something else that is not very well known. The only enemy that the Greeks had were called the Parthians, P-A-R-T-H-I-A-N-S. They had taken over what was formerly Persia. The Parthians were derived from the horse riders of the east, like the Tartars. They were very good horsemen, and they could ride their horse and shoot arrows from their horse accurately. So they had a tactic we call it a Parthian shot, from which is derived the parting shot. They run away from the army, they turn on their horse, and they shoot their followers. So some of the the Jews became mercenaries with the Parthian army in addition to the guerrilla warfare. And so, in other words, they joined the enemy of the Greeks. So we know that after 3 days, the amount of oil that was supposed to be good for 1 day lasted for 8 days, but that was only the beginning. That actually wasn't 3 days, it was after 3 years. After 3 years, this is what happened. But how long, does anybody know how long the war actually lasted?
25 years.
Okay, you know that. He knows that. And what happens at the end of the 25 years? They became independent for the first time, for a long time. So what happened after that? The Romans conquered the Greeks, and it became Judea. End of story.
Oh, shkoya! Till 180 years. Okay,